Hi everyone, and welcome to Metaverse. In this video, I'll be showing you how easy it is to build an experience in the Metaverse Studio and then view that experience in the Metaverse app. The first thing I'm going to do is click Create New Experience. This is the experience storyboard. Experiences are made up of scenes, which are these rectangles, and blocks. The experience we'll be building today will be a simple Hello World experience. So I'll give it a title, Hello World, and dialogue. Next, I need to choose a character. I can choose from characters that have already been uploaded to Metaverse, or I can upload my own by pressing New. For this, we'll be using the Samurai Robot. Next, I'll add a button, so I'll click Add Action, and under Transition Control, I will end the experience when a user taps on this button. Now, if I'm logged into the Metaverse app on my phone, with the same credentials that I'm logged into the Metaverse Studio with, I'm able to view this experience on my phone. So let's click Test on Device. So it'll open up my camera. Here's my hand, and it says look left. And there's the robot hanging out by the door to my office. And I'm able to move this around because this is a 3D object. And I'll just tap the button to end the experience. Now I can choose to share this experience by clicking on Share on the top right, and I'm presented with this share link. I can send this link to my friends or post it on Facebook, and when someone taps on that link, they will be able to view this experience in Metaverse. Now let's make this experience a little bit more sophisticated. Instead of Hello World, let's say, do you want to flip a coin? And for the user response, I'll say, sure, add new, and we'll be adding a probability block, and this will be a coin flip block. Now, scenes are elements that users see on the screen, so we saw this robot on the screen, and blocks execute logic between scenes. So in this case, a user will press sure, they will transition to a coin flip block, and that block will determine the outcome. And the outcome will either be heads, so I'll add a heads scene, or tails. So for scene 2, I'll say, you got heads, and then for scene 3, you got tails. Now I'll go back to my block, and on the right hand side I'll configure where it'll transition. So on heads, transition to the head scene, so scene 2, and on tails, transition to scene 3, you got tails. Next I need to add 2 buttons to end my experience, so I'll go to Add Action on scene 2, End Experience, Add Action on scene 3, End Experience. Now let's see what this looks like. So I'll look left again, and there's the robot, and it says, do you want to flip a coin? And I'll say sure. And in this case I got heads. Now if I were to do this again, I had a 50% chance of getting tails. Now this was a rather trivial experience, but there are numerous things you can build in Metaverse Studio. If I go to Add New, there are all kinds of scenes. We've been playing around with the character scene, which displays a character with a speech bubble. You could also add a text input scene, so you could require that a user enter a secret code or a password. You can use give item scenes and request item scenes to give digital items and then have another experience ask for that digital item. You can use a web view scene to embed any website in a Metaverse experience. You can use a camera scene to open the camera on a user's phone and ask them to take a selfie or take a video of something. You could even add a Snapchat style overlay to that camera scene. You can embed YouTube videos within experiences. You can embed 360 videos within experience, and this can be 360 VR. And you can also embed 360 photos. Now, those are all of the scenes that we currently have. Developers are constantly adding new scenes to Metaverse. There are also over 120 blocks. We just used the coin flip block. So what this block did was flip a coin, and depending on the result, transition a user to that particular scene. So with the experience we just made, it was heads or tails. Now there are blocks that deal with leaderboards, so you can increment or decrement leaderboards. You can check user inventory. You can even use Google Vision API to detect an object in a photo. So you can detect if a person is happy, is surprised, if a person is sad. You can say, look for a hot dog in a photo. And only if the user takes a photo of a hot dog are they able to progress in the experience. New blocks are also constantly being added to by our community of developers. Check out our creator-submitted tutorials to learn how to do all kinds of things in Metaverse Studio.